Right, so we've just gotten into the storeroom, and I guess now we see what we do. Poor Iris has clammed up completely. How are you, Freya? Nice to see you, by the way. Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Winterbank's life has taken in this very room only last night. You're good? Awesome. That's what I like to hear. What delicious foods have you had today? Oh god, Gregson's in here. Yeah, it's been raining here all day as well. Macas. Nice. Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think Scotland Yard's inspectors would run away from some jumped-up little defence lawyer, do you? Well, I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. I'm afraid this is a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Hey? The what? Oh. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Wow. This guy sucks. Okay. I don't think that went well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Hurley. And inquire as to how Mr. Sholmes's operation is going. Alright. What's in converse? Scene of the crime, Sholmes's operation. Let's do these, then we'll have a look around. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Phew, got eyes, have you? Use them. That's what it looks like, nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand? So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here? Oh, yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. Locked on the inside again. The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was it the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am, quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible. Oh, how does one humbly smash a door in? As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, thuswise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child. Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector. Miss Lestrade. The hapless girl was curled on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious, and I'm afraid to say she had the gun that was used in her hand. No! Presumably that's the gun that lay on the floor now. In her pocket we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to this storeroom? And you say the storeroom has been locked from the inside, Inspector? Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Gregsy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley all right? Is he? Well, the thing is, don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is... No, no, no. The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well, out with it. You're gonna get a takedown, dude. You better speak. Yes, ma'am. I use something called a general anesthetic, and it's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body? And anesthetized? Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep. Goodness. In the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction. The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, or so I hear. And now the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently. Oh my. No one knows if it's the anesthetic still in his system, or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again. Early. The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you. What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Alright. Let's examine, shall we? All the articles that have been deposited in the room is stuffed full of them. Can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even an enormous painting. Look. Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here, or at least there would be if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman's shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, sunshine. Playing this game makes me just want fish and chips. Although I did technically have fish and chipsy kind of thing today. Kind of posh fish and chips. I had baby potatoes, which I cooked in the air fryer my parents have got. I've never used an air fryer before, but now it's like, ooh! So they came out really good. So I shall be doing those again. I just cut them into quarters, threw them in, put in the little drizzle of oil that you're supposed to do with the measuring spoon, set it going. Half an hour later, I had nice, you know, crispy baby potatoes. They were really good. And I had a piece of cod with it, which came in kind of a tomato and herb marinade sauce thing. And you just poached it in the sauce. It was really good. And some vegetables. So this is the revolver, a real one. Quite possibly the murder weapon, used to take Mr. Windibank's life. Well, if that's his gun, we know he only has one bullet in it. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runo look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh. And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windibank with it yesterday, didn't we? Yes, he kept pointing it at himself. Jesus. I shall have to take my own life! It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door of the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand. Mr. Windibank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in the revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired. So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. That'll be the one that's in the calendar though, right? That was probably used to defend themselves when the actual guys busted in. And they must have hit one of them and the bullet went through, you know, the actual... or through them, or at least maybe just winged them. Probably nicked a shoulder or something. So there's this trunk. Out of all the articles in this storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! Let me guess. That's where the Hound of the Baskervilles was stored. What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh! Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this is... Surely not. That's not why they're here. I mean, it's probably why Ginny went here. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you. We must check inside the box at once. Well, it's probably not there now. Ah! It's there now. Sweet. Okay, good. It was there. Iris's story was there. Really, it was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Who doesn't look entirely thrilled. Yes. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited it there, but still. It's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because that's not a very well hidden frown. So Iris's manuscript added to the court record, an unpublished story that Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbrokery of the victim, Mr. Windibank. It is entitled The Hound of the Baskervilles. So can we actually look at this? Ooh. It's going to take all of our willpower to stop Susato from reading the shit out of this. Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of the unpublished story? Just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she knew what it was called. Which is a bit weird. So that's all there is to it. The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Poor Mr. Windibank. He was a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once through the heart. Most likely the fellow died in an instant. He wouldn't have felt a thing. Yeah, but still. This must be his blood then. Ah! Let's use the blood tester. See if it turns green. I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. Oh! Ooh. Come on, don't be green. It's blue! It's blue blood now. Who has blue blood in Star Trek, guys? Who has it? There's people who have blue blood as well, right? Andromedans, probably. I don't know. Maybe they have blue blood. They are blue people, kind of, aren't they? Did the Cardassians have blue blood? Can't remember. I mean, they might do. Anyway, so now we know the colour of the chemical turns when it reacts to Mr. Windibank's blood. It doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway. The portfolio has been updated with the court record. So how do we access that? Like, is it just... Ah, okay. Here we go. So it gives us also a profile of who it's supposed to be. Sweet, sweet. Like it. Very good. There's nothing else to poke and prod. Or prod and poke. Keys there. I guess we can poke the bloodstain again. So it hasn't got a tick yet, so there's more. Iris. Don't worry, I'm alright. I mean, she's only 10 years old, though, still. No matter how grown up she can act, she's still 10 years old. We must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely. You know, and seeing stuff like this, well, that seems to be it. What if we go back to the main shop? I love that there's a full list of everywhere you can go now. Compared to the first games, they had like, you know, like a small list, depending where you were, and it kept changing. So you had to remember the route to get to where you wanted to go sometimes, and go through like 6 different places. And that was really weird. It was like, how do I get to the detention center again? Where's it gone? Like early game before I understood that's how the list worked. Let's have a look at the court record again. So this was the pawnbroker's ticket. We know there's a box worth 10 shillings. Let's try presenting this to Iris. Would you mind if I showed you this, Iris? It's a boring old thing, really, but... Oh, I don't really like boring things. Ah. Looks like Japanese modesty is easily misinterpreted by young Western children. I mean, who does like boring things? No one wants to be shown something boring. Come to think of it, you're always introducing things with "this is boring," but it's a bad habit. You should stop it. I'll be sure to let the entire population of the Empire of Japan know on my return. Maybe we're supposed to give it to Gregson and ask him if he's seen this box. I get the feeling we're supposed to find that while we're here. Because it was this that led us back to the pawnbrokers to begin with, and he told us to sod off. So these are Gina's representation papers. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this is the ticket for McGildred's overcoat. No, it isn't. The one the little diver turned up with yesterday. Actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? No, I don't mean to. Iris, help! Bruno's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's this all about, then, if I might be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one. Seems Mr. McGildred, in fact, had another article in storage here at Winterbanks. Well, we assume it was in his coat, so it must be his. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo. Good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Yeah. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGildred's overcoat, eh? You mean to tell me... Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, you didn't, so tough. Well, according to the details on the ticket, Mr. McGildred deposited another article here with Mr. Winterbank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGildred. It could be an important clue. I wonder if in the box is the other music disc that the guy in white was looking for. Because he came to snatch that coat as well, and he said he expected there to be 2 music discs in the pockets. And we told him there was only the one. So I bet the other one was there, and he expected McGildred to have had it on him, but he deposited it, and he didn't know about that. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles, I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Yeah, it could have been sold already for all we know. Of course, articles are only held for 2 months. But the small box will no longer be here, then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. Wasting your time. Oh, there are dozens of little boxes out there, hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGildred's. That information's not written on the ledger. Ugh. I think we should at least look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Alright. So now we move to the other room and poke the shelf. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. I mean, he might have taken it out of the box as well, whatever it was, and put it on the shelf as the actual item, for all we know. That's right, they've all got little price labels on them, but there are so many. Well, in that case, its loan amount was paid was 10 shillings. He would want to recoup at least that, so ignore everything that's not at least 10 shillings. And have a look at the stuff that costs more than that. See? Brain power! I wonder if the small box on this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. A box that Mr. McGill deposited here just over 2 months ago. Even if it were, finding it promises to be a very troublesome indeed. There are so many boxes. It could be any of them. Mr. Sholmes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything, more secure than a bank vault. So perhaps this small box of Mr. McGilded's contains something of great value. Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked. So then we need to find every box with a lock and break them open. Ayah! Oh, I'm not a box, Susato! That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. Don't let it happen. This takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last threw me. Well... anything that looks specifically boxy that I could poke? Doesn't have a tick over it. No. How do we go about doing this? Let's try presenting this to her again. That's a boring old thing. Okay, never mind. There's nothing in converse. Can't talk to the actual police officers. Pixel hunting. Tiny little box there that makes me think that's it, but it's not flashing, so it's nothing we can interact with. How are we supposed to find this? Let's just go back over what they were saying. Yeah, we've got price labels on. There are many boxes, it could be any of them. Perhaps the small box of McGilded's contains something of value. We'd keep it locked. Find the box with a lock and break them open. Can't find anything out of place there. Huh. Wonder if it's in the storeroom. I mean, he may not have even put it out yet. If he hasn't got space on the shelves, it could still be back here, just, you know, awaiting moving into the shop. So that's still all the same chat that we had earlier. Nothing new with him. What if I try to leave to Baker Street? Carriage here. Oh, it could be outside the shop. Aha! Yes, there's stuff on the pavement. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Winderbanks. I've never imagined we'd be investigating the case so close to home. Poor Iris, she's very upset by all of this. I'm sorry, I was there. I should have done more. No, this is none of this is your fault, Runo, so please don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for all of this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. You're right. No, okay, so... Not that either. Let's poke the shelf again and see if something different happens anyway. All the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. They've all got price labels on them, yeah. But if the small box and the ticket was still on the shelf somewhere... So we could have kept the box locked. And we get thrown again by Susato. Have a look at this place again. You never know. Ledger is enormous, an awful lot of work to keep track of the items, but it never puts names down. Thing is, we know the date. It would be very useful to look at that and find the date in his ledger and a description of the item. That seems too logical. Right. I have no idea. I mean, to me, I think it's this chest under here. Although I don't know if I would call that a small box. A small box to me would be more like one of those over there. But the cursor doesn't change, so that won't let us interact with it. We just get a generic response for stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. So not here. By the prison. Gina doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute. What is it, Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped a key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my. Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse. Yeah, and does she care? Calm down, Runo. I was only joking, of course. Oh, you had me worried there. Thought it was a great deduction. It must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight your words will carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose a light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms. Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have thrown his head back and guffawed. But I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime. Yes, come along then, Runo. Come along, Susie. So, what we need to do is clearly in this area. But we've poked and prodded every little thing, I think. If I poke the policeman, is that different? Police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Examine every article in the shop ledger and book of accounts. It's a ridiculous amount of work. We've been hard at it. Sifting through in shifts. Working through the night. Barely scratched the surface. It's every policeman's worst nightmare. And that's it. That's all he gives us. It's the same as before. So we can't say, "Excuse me, my good fellow, could you please help us by chance find this small box?" Nothing there. Got nothing else in the storeroom. Is there anything else we should present to the inspector? Do we know this one here? We haven't actually looked at this. Oh, we should also look at that. The blood. So this is the ticket that Gina brought in here yesterday, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilder 2 months earlier. Article deposited one gentleman's overcoat, the other redemption ticket was in the pocket of the coat. For a small box deposited 2 days ago before the omnibus incident. Could that have anything to do with all of this? Can we test the blood? Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. The red smear, you mean? Looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case, yes, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. I wonder if this blood is going to match the one that was over by the calendar. We need to go back here where Iris is hanging out. Present this to her. So maybe we can't move forward till we do this. Oh, that looks like blood. I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Runo. You can leave the rest to me. You see, as well, when we were in the altercation yesterday with the gentleman in white, with the false name, Mr. Eggert Benedict, he did cut his finger on the music disc. But I don't know if he touched the ticket. I don't know if he picked the ticket up, because the ticket was one... Ginny was the one that brought the ticket with her. I don't think he touched the ticket. So I don't know. Ugh. God, why does it taste pink? Oh, it's purple blood. It's my blood. Or it's that really old Klingon blood from, like, the movies, where it was literally just, like, purple goop. So now we've had Romulans or Vulcans, Cardassians, potentially, I still don't know if their blood is blue, and Klingons. Cool. Or old Klingons. Original movie universe Klingons. Look at that. That's a colour we haven't seen before, is it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colours correspond to at some point. Well, there's only one way we can do that, is to go around and cut everybody in London. Test their blood. I don't think we're going to be allowed to do that, though. Well, this particular stain of blood... Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? No. Do you know whose blood this is? Do I? I don't know. Has it been added to the ledger yet? No. But we'll take a stab in the dark. I have an idea whose blood it might be, not from the colour it turned, but with a little deduction, because the other thing is, Mr. Benedict, Mr. Eggy Benedict, was wearing gloves. It's a gloved hand. That's right, I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Runo. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Oh, it could be Mason's blood. It's not Pop Windybank, because we know his blood is blue. We don't know who the green blood belonged to. But that wouldn't be McGilded. So this purple blood could be his. We don't know what colour Gina's blood is, but we know she's not hurt. But we do know a person who's bled at some point, who had something to do with this sordid affair, is Thrice Fired Mason. So maybe McGilded killed Mason for this pawnbroker's ticket. And he took this from Mason. Thrice Fired Mason. You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely Thrice Fired Mason. Thrice Fired, though. The victim of the omnibus case. His name was indeed Thrice Fired Mason. But that would mean that this blood stain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Also, we had the curious anomaly of the fact that there were gloves involved in that murder, in the omnibus murder, that had blood on one of the hands. And McGilded's hands were covered in blood. He wasn't gloved. So whoever wore those gloves must have had, you know, the blood on their hands. It could be Mason's own blood. And maybe that's how the blood got on the ticket. Like he took the ticket out with a bloody hand or something. I don't know. I'm having trouble seeing that, but could have got his own blood on the ticket, like withdrawing it from his pocket. So I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to Winterbanks yesterday. I'm suggesting the bloodstain was already on it at the time. So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night. Was he, though? I can't remember that now. So maybe it was McGilded. Maybe it was his blood. That would make more sense, if he took the ticket from Mason. Now I ask you, what's a good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding in from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? Right, okay, they were his gloves. I reached out to give him a hand. And given the impression, it looks like a thumbprint, as you would hold on to something like that, and it was that hand that had the blood. So yes, okay, it's McGilded's blood then. It's not Mason's blood. But it certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint. We know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body, from which we can conclude. Okay, no, so it's not his blood. He put the blood there, sorry, I'm getting confused by my own logic. He put the blood there, but yes, it is Mason's blood that was on those gloves. But any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Naruhodo, you sounded just like Mr. Sholmes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Probably better. Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well, let's make a note of this. The details on the pawnbroker's ticket for the coat have been updated in the court record. Blood analysis data has been updated, so we know purple blood is McGilded's. Ugh! Ah! Oh! Hickory dickory dock, and the mouse ran up the clock. The fuck? I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winterbanks set such a wicked trap? It's called a clock, it just chimes on the hour. I doubt he set it to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon. Oh? Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Oh, that's right. We never really, even though she signed the papers, never really confirmed that she wants us to represent us. This was just so that we could get in here and have a good poke around, but we haven't found the box. Don't you remember, Runo? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. I had my fingers crossed behind my back. Deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. We should also ask her, if we can, whether or not the ticket that she redeemed the coat for had blood on it. And then we'll know for sure. Prison. Ah, Gina. Good, you're back. Ah! The police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Hey? Oh, didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Winterbanks. All right. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying, that I did it. That's not... Gina, we came to ask you for a final decision. Eh? What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Right, I see. Really lost her fight all of a sudden. But you know what this feels like? The worry is just so hard to bear. Let me ask her about this if I can. Do you see the pawnbroker ticket, Gina? Is this the one you took to Winterbanks, isn't it? The one for the black overcoat you're wearing now? Eh? What, that? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it that would appear to be blood. Eh? Does that ring any bells? I don't know. It all looks the same to me, Blood. They all sound the same to me, these answers. Very suspicious. What about this one? Here, Gina, look at this. No, Tar. I wasn't saying you could have it. Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone says I can have stuff, it makes me want to see. So you better hand it over now. No, I'm not giving it to you. It's evidence. Alright. So let's tell her what we've uncovered. Alright then, blimey. Give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us, we know you're innocent of this crime. While we haven't managed to work out who the real culprit is, there's a number of interesting facts we've managed to establish. Oh yeah, like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Winterbanks that night. Looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it into Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Yeah, let's take the whole freaking manuscript and just bonk, shove it in her face. Whack her over the head with a huge stack of paper. This. We found this in Winterbank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Winterbanks showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like, with one exception. The box file that housed the manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing the manuscript last night, eh? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Ah! Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet, so I figured it's got to be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least £5,000. What? So you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mantle script, or whatever you call it, really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake, isn't that right? We knew you'd done it from the start, Gina, of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything like that, mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet. I'm telling you, that mantle script ain't at Winterbanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. if I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden the manuscript somewhere I don't know, even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. All right, all right. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. No, give her more puppy dog eyes. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. It's just, I wanted to know the truth, that's all. You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest, if he'd really deposited the manuscript at Winterbanks. It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got a dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's got to be harder. Aw. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounds like to me anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying, stories about Daddy. You mean they're not adventures of a great detective so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any different of you, did we? Look, give it a rest, will you? I hate all this chummy nonsense, do you hear it? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scarper. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable right there on both sleeves of the overcoat. There are some very suspicious red stains. What are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area now. Before we do that, I want to talk to her about representation. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Nah, don't bother. Ginny, rip 'em up and chuck 'em, would you? Them representation papers or whatever they're called, the cell ain't fancy enough to have a bin. So what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's going to happen is going to happen. This is a stubborn pickpocket. Alright, so we need to present the blood file to her, I think. And we need to test that blood and see if it's a different colour. See if it's green, maybe? But she doesn't look injured. So the stains on your sleeve of your new coat, Gina, they're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? But if it's the green blood, then that means she got it on her somehow from whoever's blood that was. Blood, Mr. Naruhodo? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though, so it could be blood that splattered from Mr. Winterbank when he was shot last night. Let's not beat around the bush here. That's a good point as well. It could be his blood. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Eh? Take it easy, Iris. Nope, too late. She's gonna get you. Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot. What? Now you know what it's like to get shot at with a smoke gun. Oh man, that's McGildred's blood. It's really old blood then. That's from the time of the stabbing at the omnibus. Of course he got the blood all over him. And then he took the coat off. That's why he needed it. Putting in the pawnbrokers. Mr. Mason's blood, sorry, yes. Gilded's blood. I keep getting it mixed up. It's his coat. So he got, yeah. He would have only got all that blood on him if he'd done the stabbing, let's be honest. So yeah, it's Mason's blood on McGilded's old coat. Oh my. And of course, because it's a dark coat, we couldn't see the oxidized blood stains, except on where she's rolled up the sleeves, because they're too long for her. What the? Forget the sleeves, the whole coat's covered in blood. Of course. The black colour of the fabric was masking the stains, that's why we haven't seen them till now. And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple colour, which matches one of the samples we already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see, who had purple blood? Ah, yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, and the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story. Truth of the omnibus case. We can see now the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilded's overcoat. At the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said that this in his testimony. Now I ask yous, what's a good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. He didn't say anything about getting blood all over a coat, though, because he wanted to hide the coat. If you look at the overcoat now, it's clear. These stains could have arisen from McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet. Now, if that's what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed over the front of the coat. The only explanation for the pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim from the stomach. I've tried to run from the truth long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. Well. Dun dun dun! Yes. Mr. Naruhodo, that horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and that sham evidence to prove he was innocent. How could I have let that happen? Bruno, did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent? I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Just believing in those you're representing in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Oaks, head back in. Hello! I see you. Welcome back, Shy. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Ryonosuke, we lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what the truth is and what's a lie, which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients, that's all we have. An unwavering belief. Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. That's right, that's when we were defending ourselves in the murder of her father. Done the beta reading for today and now need a bit of mind cleanse before you move to the next thing. Nice. What's funny, Gina? Course, sounds like this Empire of Japan you come from. Everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into believing in that bog trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. Well, he walked free for like an hour, and he walked into an omnibus which was then set ablaze. So, didn't really do him any good now, did it? But anyway. Well, at least you've learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. Soon as you let your guard down, you've had it. Yeah, this hasn't gone a long way towards convincing her that we're trustworthy. And that she should put her trust in us. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants and all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Nah. But go on then, I trust her. She's keeping secrets still. That's what I trust. I trust that she lies about some stuff, but I still trust that she's innocent. And that she's going to keep lying about stuff until we wrangle it out of her and prove her innocence with the truth. That's what I trust. Jean, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Hey, are you half-baked? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo, didn't you hear all of what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off the tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, she's going to ask you again, what would you like me to do with these papers? Rip them up! No, what do you really want me to do with them? Throw them away! No, what do you really want me to do with them? Just keep doing it. She'll go, fine, fine, represent me then. Oh, that's great to hear. I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Eh? It's true, I'm just a student of law and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience, although I beat the Reaper of the Bailey twice, but okay. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. Well, what do you expect me to say to that? Oh, we got a tear out of her. Then it's decided. I'll take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame for you to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern lot of... you... I don't know what you are, I don't get you. Aww. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody's there in the shadows. I can sense it. Someone who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Oh, there he is. Gregson. I suppose we're using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector, or failing to be, I should say. Gregsy? Oh, dear me, I'm most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening to our conversation? Oh, good grief, listening in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Oh, is it that late already? So then I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodle-doo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, and bye! That's a lot of farewells, not all of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will, well... Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Gregsy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. He's still only sucking up to her because she writes the stories and puts him in it in the positive light. Gregsy's so funny, he says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. We know they've got supposedly bigger fish to fry. Because, you know, Gregsy's eating all the fish, so they have to fry some bigger ones for him. The man just, you know, has a bottomless stomach for fish, it seems. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Susato. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. No. Naruhodo-san. It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today's been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before your eyes, Gina was arrested, all on the back of the news her father has fallen ill and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is. So many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. Final task. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I won't be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather any of my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learnt something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do these facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry, I've what? I've been meaning to tell you your clothes don't fit anymore. You should buy some more. You've grown a little bit, maybe a half an inch. Oh, no, it was nothing. It's unimportant. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 AM. Wow. See, well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry. I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. The final task. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What do you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents? It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. It's the murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilded case. It seems to me this case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. With everything else she had to think about, Susato-san still managed to do this, all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. Okay, so we've got all the notes. Nice. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait! There's something I need to say. Ayah! Boonk! Dude, just let the lady go. What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown. Shutdown? I've said goodnight already. Let me be. Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Aww. Well, there we go. What? Dantooine Orange! Raiding! Guys, come on in! Dan, how's it going? Raiding with 6 people. Come on in, guys. How are we all doing today? There you are, dude. What's up? How's life treating you today? Let's get some hype in the chat for the raiders, guys. Drop them some love. Welcome on in. I'm Iron Wolf. I'll be your host today. And we're playing some more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're on the 5th case now. So if this is a game you were planning to play, you will not be able to avoid spoilers. So I do appreciate if you kind of want to skip away. Feel free to lurk or drop a follow. I know that I haven't done the bot yet. So, but... Oh, that's not working either. Oh no! Because when the connection died earlier, the bot died with it. Hang on, hang on. There we go. Yeah, we lost internet connection earlier on. The house lost the connection, so the bot died. But anyway, welcome to the most professional stream on Twitch. Hi. So yes, like I'm saying, if you want to play this game, you will not be able to avoid spoilers. This is really further into the game now. We're right at the end of the first game of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. But how are you, Dan? How was your stream? Nice to see you, dude. What were you playing today, since I don't have my chatbot fully set up yet? Because the commands are all installed on a different PC. And they don't share between PCs, apparently. So I have to go and set that up, which I haven't done yet. But yes, thank you for the raid as well, much appreciated. So, yeah, we're basically, we're on the 5th case, and we've come right around to a case 2 cases ago where a guy was murdered. And it's all starting to stitch together now, and we're seeing what was going on behind the scenes. So it's really good. But these are really good games, well worth anybody's time to play, especially the original Ace Attorney trilogy, that you can get on Steam as a HD version or on Switch and so on. Very good games. I recommend them all. So it's been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us and learning the truth about the nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. I forced myself to close my eyes. Did he get off the floor first after Susato threw him down, or is he just that, oh well, I guess I'm going to sleep here then? As a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually my fatigue triumphed and I fell into a deep sleep. All the dots indicate he be sleeping now. And next day, at the small hours at St. Sienna's Hospital, Ward 3. So this is Mr. Sholmes. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Aha! Sholmes, and of course he's up and about. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Is this Susato? Yes, the taco command should work now, yes. Yes, it's Susato. She went to see him first. I actually had fish today, but, you know. God. Oh, that command. Oh my goodness. Oh. I had fun making that one. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. You didn't hear it? Did anybody else hear that? I heard it. Hang on. Did the internet crash really fuck the bot up in some way? Let me try. Where are the sound commands? There they are. Edit. Preview. What? No, they're not playing through the thing. What the hell? Oh my god. Oh no, wait a minute. Guys, have you been hearing the game volume as well, by the way? Or just me talking? Like, can you hear all the, like, and all the, now that you mention it. Oh my god, what happened to OBS when the internet died? It switched on a source that shouldn't have been switched on. It muted the friggin' game. Oh. Why did it do that? I've had my connection drop before and it never fucks with the settings. Yeah, the speaker on the mixer, the audio device, was muted for some reason. And I don't understand why. It's on now. Oh my god. Oh, I hate OBS sometimes, I really do. Why can't it leave settings alone? Oh dear god. Alright, so, I mean, it's a good job this game doesn't have voice acting and it's me just reading the lines anyway. But you guys are missing the music and everything else. Oh no. Well, that sucks. I'm kind of annoyed now. I am actually kind of just a little bit cross. Anyway, here's what you missed, guys.
I had Taco Bell for dinner.
Yummy. Oh my goodness. That has really made me a little bit upset now. I hadn't even noticed that the game volume, well, all system stuff was just muted in OBS. Just my microphone was open, and that's it. You realize that clip is going to make it into Vargas's catalog. You mean the one from earlier? That one would have been fine because you made that before OBS crashed, and the game was definitely capturing. Because I test everything before I got started. But yeah, that one should be fine at the very least. And yes, it will make it there. It might also make it onto Jay's as well. Yeah, the taco. Oh, the one you. Yeah, the taco clip. Yeah, it probably will. It'll make it onto his channel. He'll swipe it, no doubt. And hey, he's welcome to it. You know, that's fine by me. Alright, well, hey guys, we've fixed the volume. The volume is fixed, so welcome to the game properly now. I've been playing it just privately, it seems, and you guys have been hearing me talking to myself. Okay, here we go. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. So it's Britain. Good. We're still in England. And so began an even longer day than last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days. Hey, you guys can hear all this now, right? Good. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. We don't have Susato with us, though. Who's going to be with us in the stand? So where's your friend, then? Sorry? You know, her in fancy dress. Susato, or whatever you say it is. I don't know. Ah, Miss Susato. She had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go off and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Miss Susato and I won't meet again one day. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Iris with the kitty. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? No. Iris, what are you doing here? Is she going to replace Susato? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Meow. It's a cat, and off it goes to wreak havoc in the court. Waggy! Great way to show your support, cat. Let him have a nose around. What harm can it do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Let me guess. This is all in the news. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? Oh my god. What do you say, Runo? Ginny? Well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Wow. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then. I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. The bad news was the weather report? Let's hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on the way to the port. Oh gosh, yes. Alright, what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkeys, really. If only all good news cancelled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick purse plunder. See? How would you like that? Well, let them say what they want, see if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Runo. Don't worry, Runo will show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will. And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be... Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Runo? Let's not work miracles here. But I hope so. Oh, of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. So today's paper entered into the court record. And why do we need that for evidence? Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can. Lovely. Well, let me have a quick look at some of this. We didn't look at this either, McGildred's case notes that she gave us. So this is from the murder 2 cases ago. Victim found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus of the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Name was Mason... Oh, Milverton. That was the last name. I don't know if we ever got the guy's full name before. He was called Thrice Baked Mason. There was a brickmaker at the East End of London. The defendant was Magnus McGildred. Prosecutor was Lord Baron Baroque van Zykes, and the defense attorney was Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And the conviction was assured with 3 eyewitness testimonies. However, a surprise 4th witness testimony resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence. There was too much doubt after Ginny got brought out onto the stand. So what's in the paper? There he is. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder. How awful for Ginny, I mean. But tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Diver as Dauntless Do-Gooder, right? Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial, perhaps. You think they're going to turn into a superhero? Protects planet? Ooh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great. What is this on the back? There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well. Look. Mystery Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Oh, this is what was happening behind the scenes then yesterday. But for a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the world's news. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently, they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Runo? No, of course not. I wonder, perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be, and it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment. Alright. Contains an article about government secrets leaking to foreign agencies. Is that all going to come around in this trial? Why would we even need that in our evidence portfolio? Obviously, I don't know what the law... don't know the law like Susie does, but still. Oh god, yes, she brought a bazooka with her. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yeah, Ginny? Well, I was wondering is all, about Sholmes. Did they fix him up all right? Yes, the operation was a great success. But Early still hasn't come around yet. Eh? Well, we know that's not right, because he met with Susato the night before. We just saw the cutscene. I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Plus, how did she get in? Because supposedly it's a no-visitors hospital anyway. Interesting. Alright. No Susato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. Susato's murdered him last night. Oh no. One last act before she leaves. She's been the mastermind behind all of this. She's leaving with a bundle of communications. She's the one who's doing it. Oh my god. So it's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of the crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense, the trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's time then. Yeah, let's go, Gina, Iris. Lead the way, Runo. Poor Gina, she's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure us our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that... Oh, it's that. It's that. Believing in them. Going back into lurk mode, no problem. Well, the thing is as well, guys, I think before we go full tilt into the trial, let me quickly first save the game. Because now we're probably going to be greeted with maybe another hour's worth of like rolling story before we get to another break point or another good stopping point. So I think actually we will leave it there for the day as well. So we're going to leave it there, and I'm not sure when we're going to play this one next week. I don't know if we'll play it Monday.